Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and I have a thrift store, antique store, eBay haul to share with you all today. I know I've been MIA the last few weeks. I was waiting for a cable cord to come in for my GoPro 5. It has not shown up, and it is about a day overdue, so I'm going to probably have to contact eBay about that. The reason I went off was because this camera had been really glitchy the last couple times I'd filmed with it, and I'm hoping those issues are resolved, and I think it's if I record for longer than 30 minutes, it becomes an issue. Hopefully that won't happen this time. I got a bunch of stuff that I have to share with you all. I'm actually going to be doing 2 separate videos because I bought the stuff at a certain period of time and I just wanted to get all that stuff out of the way. I was going to do some listing today, but the stuff that I have here that I'm going to sell is mostly the inventory that I want to get up. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. I'm going to go a little bit out of order because I have 2 items that are huge that I don't want to forget about. First thing being this piece of art. I picked this up at a thrift store down where I used to live. Originally they wanted $19.99 for it, and then they marked it down half, and then their store policy is always 20% off everything that they ticket, so technically speaking I got this piece 70% off, so I paid about $8 for it. I just thought it would look really, really cool in a mid-century kitchen, which is what I plan on doing with my future home. And it definitely is old, if you can tell by the back. I don't know how well this is going to show up on here, but it says $49.99 right there. I don't know if that's how much someone paid for this originally, but I thought it was kind of cool. I can definitely see this being in a post-war American kitchen. And I like the frame. The frame is like it's not distressed, but it's like a really light green and then like a sand color. And then you got this really distressed white on here. I thought that was really, really nice. So for $10, actually $8, I thought that was a really, really good deal. Alright, from Unique Thrift Store, and this was the only thing that I picked up. It's just a 70s bulldozer toy, and you roll it on the floor and the balls make a really cool sound. That was a whopping $2.99. Thought that was cool, and it is marked on the bottom. I don't know how well it's going to come up on here, but it says number 33, U.S. patented, KUSAN Inc. in Nashville, Tennessee. So that's a 70s toy. I thought that was kind of cool. That'd be a neat piece to display, I think. Okay, so now let me get into the stuff that I've gotten in the last few weeks. So, as you all know, I had about a month off in terms of my weekends, so I had practically 3 to 4 weekends to go out and hit up the thrift stores and the antique stores to see what I could find to sell, and, of course, keep for myself. Now I'm reaping the benefits of that. Now I've been working every Saturday. But I did request off for the next weekend because my birthday is next weekend. I'll be 23 years old, which is... I can't even believe that. That's just crazy. But yeah, this is stuff I found over a month ago. Very first thing being something that I'm going to throw into a stash of vintage sewing for Pudgy Picker and her sister. Another one of those zippers that sometimes I can find at these charity thrift stores. 25 cents. I've got a bag of stuff that I'm going to wait until I have a ton of it to send to her. So I thought that was a really good deal, and I know she can always use these. Alright. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, these milk glass votives with the rubber grommets. I paid 25 cents for that. My best recommendation to you is don't sell these individually because they don't sell for very much. If you can get a lot of these, and this is, I think this is the hobnail pattern, like Fenton hobnail, just based on the circular bubbles that are in here. I bought a set of 4 for $1 and I sold them for $20. So, if you can find a bunch of these, all the same style, all the same pattern, people will buy them. So this one, as you can see, needs to be cleaned out. Of course, I can take care of that, no problem. Scrape it out, and then I will clean it and make it shine bright again. And I know Easter is long gone, but what the hey. Found this toy. It was probably done in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, up to mid 70s. It was 25 cents. It is marked on the bottom. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that. But it says, Easter Unlimited Inc. in New York, made in Hong Kong. So for a quarter, I thought that was cool. And what it actually is you can actually look inside this little hole right here. And there are images. And on the bottom, there's a little button you can push and all the images will change. So I thought that was kind of cool. Kind of like a ViewMaster. Okay, what do I want to share? Oh, yes. At one of the vendor malls, I guess you can call it, had this in one of her flea marketing booths. This is one of those Lefton birthday angels. Does have the mark on the bottom for Lefton. And it's stamped Japan. I paid $2 for it, and it looks like they go for about 25 bucks. And she's in really good shape. I don't see any cracks or chips in her, as far as I know. So I thought that was a really good pickup. I'm sure that'll sell quickly, especially for those who collect these. Okay, what else do I want to showcase? Oh, yes. So, Lord, I'm losing track of where I had stuff. Oh, yes. I got this Gillette Super Speed one-piece razor in the original case. I didn't know if this was one of those really, really expensive, like, razors that people sell for like 50 to 60 bucks. So this one I did pay up for, as you can see. The booth was having a 20% off sale, so I paid about $9 and some change for it. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get about $20 for it. That's on a good day. So yeah, my dad wouldn't answer his phone when I was there, and I said, you know what, I'm buying a bunch of other stuff anyway that I'm sending into Amazon, so took a chance. You never know. And it's not like I spent like 30 bucks on it. If I'd have spent 30, I would have been really upset with myself. Okay. Oh yeah, as you all know, I have a friend who really likes the old compacts, like the mirror with the puff powder. So I got her this, and this was $4 at an antique store. One of them in town anyway. I just liked the flamingos on it. It screamed like a 50s, 60s, 70s, or it gave me that vibe. So I thought that was cool. It does have the original puff in it. Very powdery. I'm not even going to attempt to clean that. I'll let her deal with that. So for $4, couldn't beat that, and that was a pretty unique one. The other ones that he had were kind of and they were $5 and 20% off. So I was like, no, that's more unique to it. Alright, what else do I want to start with? Okay, yes. Maybe I'll get to the eBay items first, or for this. So as you all know, I'm on a kick for the pinup mutoscope cards. You know, the girls that are dressed in these little outfits here. This group right here that I bought ranged from the price of $1.99 or $2 all the way to about $6.50, which was probably a little too much if you ask me, but you'll see exactly why I paid that much in just a sec. So you've got this girl here in the stockings, and again, these are from the 40s. I wish it wouldn't glare. There we go. So you've got a girl showing off her legs in a stocking. You've got another girl with a kind of like a 50s bubble cut hair posing, and I think she's braless. Then you have another girl down here in just lingerie, and then you have Tempest Storm right here. Zoom in so you guys can see it. That's Tempest. And on the back here, you have another girl who I think is like barely covering up her breasts, and then you have another girl covering up her breasts smoking a cigarette, and then another girl who is topless covering her breasts, and she's wearing lingerie. And then this is the one that I paid $6.50 for. It's a Betty Grable. Typically, I try to steer away from the mainstream celebrities, but Betty Grable's just a classic pinup, so I was like, okay, I'll bid on that. I actually had to message the seller to see if they had another one of another pose that she did, because I thought, okay, you know, that might be kind of cool to add with this one. So I'm waiting to see if he has another one of those in stock, and he said he'd directly sell it to me. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So that is going into my book of arcade cards. Alright, something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I've waited to find one in good shape, is a Pyrex snowflake pattern, God, what do you call this? It's a divided casserole dish. That was the word I was looking for. This one is in really good condition. This is the Aqua Snowflake pattern, produced from 1956 to 1961. And it does not have the lid. And there are a couple marks here or there. But again, this is a vintage piece. It's in great shape. Someone at one of the antique malls in town wanted $29.95 for one. I was like, no. I got this one for $10, and then it cost me about $7 to ship it. So that's still not bad. And I love it. I'm going to either use it for candy or maybe I'll cook with it one day. Who knows? Had to keep that in the box because you don't want that getting ruined. Alrighty, so... Oh yes, I forgot about this. This is going to go to my aunt. This is a Pyrex salt or pepper shaker. Paid 25 cents for it. It's in the butterfly gold pattern. These don't go for very much on eBay. I guess they're just a very, very common item. So I'm going to wrap that up and send that to my aunt. Or actually, we're probably going to see her for my birthday, so I'll just give her this along with the other stuff that I've collected for her over the last several months. Alrighty, what else do I have for you guys? I got a ton. Alright, so I guess I'll start off with the 2 items that I found at the Goodwill that are down in the area that I used to live in. I probably have mentioned this to you all before, that Goodwill jacked their prices up, and it's because they started to do the color of the week. They didn't do that for the time that I lived down there, which means that, you know, if you were a rewards member, you'd get their emails, and you'd get 10% off or even 20% off your purchase. So now they don't have that system anymore, and so now everything's more expensive if it's that, and then, you know, they have their color of the week, which is smart. I mean, it's a good way to, you know, bring customers in and so they can find that good deal, but even still, I'm not going to pay like $8 for something and only sell it for $12. That's just not going to happen. Anyway, scouring their bric-a-brac, and I found 2 of these really, really cool flashlights. These are probably from the 1970s. They are made by the Eveready Company, and they are distributed by the Eveready Battery Company, made in the United States. And they were located in St. Louis, Missouri. I did have another flashlight a long time ago. It had a pumpkin mask on it. I bought that at one of the junky thrift stores in town for like $1. And I just did some research on it a few weeks ago because I was going to send it to auction if it wasn't old. Turns out it really wasn't. It was probably from the early 90s, so oh well. These ones are definitely vintage. I'm excited to own them, and they will definitely be cool pieces to use for vintage Halloween decorations. And at 99 cents a piece, you can't beat that. Also that same day, I found another one of these tiki mugs. And the only reason that I picked it up was because it is stamped Orchids of Hawaii, Japan. These ones that are stamped with that on it are very, very collectible for whatever reason. I paid 99 cents, and I looked to probably get about 12 to 15 bucks for it. It was funny, I was at this Goodwill, and I saw 2 people that had a booth in one of the... They have vendor booths, or they own or run the antique store that's in town, or yeah, in the older part of town. And I've seen the prices that these people put on their stuff, and they're ridiculous. They clearly don't want to sell their stuff. So, I mean, more power to them. They can buy whatever they want at Goodwill and try to jack up the price. They ain't gonna get it. Doesn't bother me because I'm in this business to make money, and I'm not trying to rip anybody off either. So good luck with that. So yeah. 99 cents, and I look to get about $15. Only if it's stamped Orchids of Hawaii, Japan, that's when you pick these up. Okay. Alrighty, so what other stuff do I have? Oh, yes. Again, I'm going out of order, so forgive me. This is another item I'm going to give to my aunt. It's a new old stock 1970s Rubbermaid. They call it a party plan cutting board. Never been used. I paid, it says $2 on the tag, but the booth was having a 40% off sale, I believe. So I only paid about $1.60 to $1.20 for it. Yeah, I paid $1.20 for it. That's a pretty good deal. My aunt loves to display the old 70s stuff, so I'm sure she'll really like this. At that same booth, I got this Easter die cut. As you all know, I love collecting the old die cuts from the, well, anywhere between pre-1970. So I like this. They were charging $1.50, and I think it was, I can't even remember. It was $1.05 that I paid for it, so I got it really cheap. So I love that. And also, at the Salvation Army where I used to live, they had these glass bake crab shell dishes. I may have paid up for them. I paid $1.99 for, or $1.99 each for 3 of the clear glass ones. No cracks or chips. And these milk glass ones have small little chips in them, but who's gonna know? I liked the milk glass ones much better than I liked the clear ones. So I got 5 of these, so that's $10 for 5 of them, and that probably was a little bit more than I should have paid, but I was going on a vintage kick. I hadn't found anything that cool in a while. So when I saw these, I kind of jumped on them, and I didn't have to pay shipping for them, so I guess that's not terrible. For the set of 3 of these, so I'm in them for $6, I'm thinking maybe I'll just throw them up for like $13 or $10 to $13 and see if I can sell them that way. I doubt I will, but who knows. Now, souvenir items don't tend to sell for very much because there's so many of them out there. But for some reason, I was drawn to this Thomas Jefferson pewter figurine. It was $2.99. It's made by Bates and Clink. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, guys. I don't know if y'all will be able to see that. Oh, there we go. Let's see if it'll say it or show. Bates and Clink in Pewter, USA. I tried to look it up on eBay, and I didn't see any that looked just like this. I know this is just the bust. This is a Thomas Jefferson bust pewter figurine. So, I mean, if you guys have sold anything like this before, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea what he's worth. I'm thinking maybe the best I can get is $15, or that's what I'm going to charge. But let me know. Alright, going with the Salvation Army stuff. Apparently somebody had an antique booth and they must have donated whatever the heck it was that they had. So I got 3 pieces of children's enamelware. This one's a teapot. Originally they wanted $8. The antique booth asked $8. I got it for $2. I don't know if I'm going to sell that or not. And then I also got this child's enamelware teacup, and originally they wanted $5, and then Salvation Army charged $1.99. This one I think I'm going to keep and throw in my old jar. It's a kid's dustpan, like an enamelware dustpan. Again, they wanted $12 for that, and I got it for $1.99. Thought that was kind of cool. Okay. From one of the church thrift stores that was in town, I managed to find this really, really cool piece here. This is actually a collapsible Easter basket. At first I wasn't sure if it was vintage or not because I'd never seen anything like it, and sometimes things that are older tend to look like something that you might get at Walmart, which I actually have right down the road from me. But, you know, after I came home and did some research on it, I found out that it was made in Hong Kong during probably the 60s. It does have a melt mark going from here down to here, but that's okay because I have another side that's in perfectly good shape. And for 50 cents, I decided to pick that up because that's cool, and you all know I love my vintage Easter decor. And I've never seen anything like this before, so that was a good pickup. Okay, from the Salvation Army as well, I got these, they're called 3D Tile Letter Hernard. Actually, what's funny is it was done by Giant Home Furnishings, which, again, I've mentioned this before in several of my videos. Depending on what part of the country you live in the U.S., where I used to live, Giant Food Store was Giant. Where I live now, it's Martin's. They have another branch called Giant Eagle. They also have, if you live in New England, it's called Stop and Shop. But these little tiles, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. They were covered with these blue sheets, and they definitely smell old, like they have like that old glue smell to them. Basically little tile letters, and they're made of like tile, like ceramic tile. They look like this. And there's a bunch of them in here. I'm going to have to rummage through them to see if there are any busted up ones, and if they are, you just chuck them. I paid $3.99 for them. I'm not exactly sure what I can get for them because I've never sold them, nor have I seen anything like this before. And originally at Giant, they wanted $8.99, and I think that was probably done in the 70s, 60s or 70s. So if you have any idea what you think I could sell these for, let me know in the comments. I'm sure this is probably more of like a crafting kind of item. I'm sure someone will love to have these. Alright, and then also at one of the thrift stores, the one that I bought that painting from, I got 2 sets of, I call them anthropomorphic vegetable people salt and pepper shakers, because that's basically what they are. If you think there's something else, let me know. So I got these guys. They were $2 and like 41 cents a set. So I got one that's a pea, a pea head, and I think that's a, is that a turnip? I think that's a turnip. And then I also got a set of, I think it's a carrot. And then this one is also, I don't know what that is, a rutabaga maybe? $2.41 a set. Possibly I might list those for $12.99. They are missing the corks on the bottom, and one of them is stamped Japan. I can't remember exactly which one. But they're definitely older. So I'm going to throw those up for $12.99 a piece. Hopefully they'll sell for that. If not, oh well. Alright, my favorite set that I got from that thrift store are these Norcrest Fine China Japan Smokey the Bear Salt and Pepper Shakers. I'm sure you all have heard of Smokey. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. So I got those. I thought those were really, really cool. And I paid about $3.21 for those. So I was excited to find those. And I don't collect salt and pepper shakers, but these ones were really, really unique. So decided to pick those up. Oh yes, I forgot about these. I thought these were super, super cool. These are elf boots. These are made by North American Pottery Company, which is also NAPCO ware. Or National Pottery Company, I'm sorry. Cleveland, made in Japan. These were $2 a piece. I did some research on them, and I discovered that they are part of a punch bowl set that was done in the 60s, or an eggnog set. These were the only 2 that I found, and I thought they were really cool. So what I'm going to do with them is I am going to just display them at Christmas time, and I'm excited to have them. And what's funny is I saw one, and I didn't see the other one until after my second go-around. So it always pays to go around a couple times around each of the subs, because you don't see everything. Alrighty. So this, I mean, might not bring me too much money, but it was only 99 cents. If I throw it up for $8 to $9, I might get my money back. Actually, the item that I bought, another item that I bought this with actually just sold, so this is extra profit. I think I only paid $3 for the one item that sold. You guys will see that in my April sales update video. Hopefully I'll have more sales to show, because if not, I'm not going to even bother doing an April sales update video. But this is from 1990, I think? Yep, 1990. So this is basically vintage. It's 28 years old. And again, 99 cents. I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit, but I should have no problem getting $7 to $8 for it. And that's pure profit from something else that I just sold. So no problem with that. Another time that I went to the that Goodwill, because that Goodwill tends to get a lot of junk, or at least when I go, I think it's just picked over. Anyway, I found a Hallmark I Dream of Genie ornament for 99 cents. So we're going to probably put that on our Christmas tree this year. Kind of excited about that because I love the TV show. So, hey, win-win. Okay. Now this is something that Pudgy Picker has picked up before. I don't know if they're old or not, but I said for the price I had to pick them up. They're these really, really giant seashells. And I think these are used to, I think, serve fish on or sushi. I got a set of 6, so I only paid $2 for the stack of them. If I'm correct, I haven't really done my research on them yet, but if, I don't know. If you guys have sold these before as well, let me know in the comments what you think I could get for them, because I have no idea. I haven't even done my research yet. Okay. Now, how many of you guys have seen these before at your, like, gift shops or even at, like, Dutch markets and stuff? You guys remember seeing these? These have been around forever. These are the Remember When. They're like a little catalog just to give you fun facts about the different decades, and here's what's in them. So at the Salvation Army, I got 5 of them for $5. So that's about $1 a piece, which is pretty good because these can be about $3 to $5 a piece if you buy them new at a gift shop. So I got the years 1941, 1942, 1943, 1944, and 1945. So I thought that was cool. Because I've always loved looking through these, I just never wanted to buy them for the $5 a piece. So, $5 for 5 is a good deal. And for my cousin, who was born in 1983, I found that at a antique store for 25 cents. Can't beat that. So I'm going to give that to her when I see her this summer. Alright, and the last piece that I want to share with you all for this haul video is something that I thought was really, really cool and something I'd never seen before. So when I saw it for the $5, I decided to pick it up. Boom! This is a December 10th, 1941 America Goes to War book that was sent out from the government, I believe, from FDR. Yeah, it says it's President Franklin Delano Roosevelt's message to Congress, declarations of war, and the President's first report of the war. Official documents, events, and negotiations. I've never seen this before. We looked it up on eBay. Sorry, eBay notification, just as I say that. And the book itself goes for about $15. None of them had this original sleeve to it, so that might increase the value because I'm sure this stuff was thrown out. I'm going to probably hold on to it for a little while and just see if any of them come up with the original sleeve, just to see what I could get for it. So, let me show you guys the book. It literally looks like it was never opened. If I can get it out of here. Looks like this. It's clean. It doesn't look like it was ever read or anything. The pages are intact. Such a cool piece of our history. I mean, I'm sure to war vets who served during this time, it was probably a very traumatic experience, and I'm sure that's why a lot of people don't discuss it, but I mean, it is part of our history, whether we like it or not. I mean, I don't blame them. I'm sure that probably brought in some PTSD, which I'm sure wasn't even diagnosed back then. But yeah, that's about everything that I have for this haul video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you'd like to follow me on other social media platforms, that's all linked down below as well. I'm mostly active on Instagram now. I am on Facebook somewhat, but not nearly as much as I used to be. Also, if you'd like to know when I put out a new video, click that bell next to the subscribe button and you will be notified as soon as a new video gets uploaded. Thanks for watching.